Hello my darlings, welcome to another video here on my channel. So last week I did a video and it was 9 expensive things that are worth the money. I loved your feedback on that video. You guys had so many great suggestions in the comments as well. Some things that I'm like, I cannot believe I forgot to include that. So thank you so much to everyone that commented on that video. That kind of gave me an idea to do the total opposite. So today I'm going to be talking about luxury things that I will never buy, not even if I become a multi-millionaire, billionaire. These are things, well, maybe if I become a billionaire. These are luxury things that realistically I will never buy, and I don't think you should either. Just before I get started, if you are new here, then hello, my name is Josie. I create fashion, beauty and vlog videos. We have a new video every single day at the moment, so please do subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, and there is a lot to catch up on as well. And if you enjoy this type of video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That just really helps me to know what kind of videos you guys really like and would like to see more of. These are going to be in no particular order, and as always, this is just a bit of fun. Obviously no hate to anyone that actually owns these things, but anyway, let's just get started. So the first one, and I did mention this in my previous video, it is designer luggage. Luggage is something which is practical. It's there for a purpose. It's not something that needs to look really flashy. To be honest, I think the flashier it is, the more chance there is that someone's gonna steal it. It just blows my mind why people spend hundreds or thousands of pounds on designer luggage. I am perfectly happy with my Antler Clifton set. That is my luggage brand of choice. They look really gorgeous. They're lightweight. They carry my clothes from one place to another, and they're not flashy. Hopefully no one's gonna decide that that pink suitcase looks like the one that they want to steal. It just seems kind of bonkers to me that you'd spend hundreds of pounds on something which someone is literally gonna throw underneath an airplane and then onto a carousel. I can understand hand luggage a little bit more, but the big luggage, those big Louis Vuitton trunks, unless you're using it for a coffee table, it is just not worth the money. This next one might rattle some cages, let's say. It is designer jewellery. Okay, first of all, I have to say, when it comes to designer necklaces, I love the Dior necklace that I've seen quite a few people wearing on Instagram. It's like a chain or pearls with a CD. I love it, but is it worth the money? No. Designer jewellery, and I'm talking about designer brands like Dior, Gucci maybe, Chanel, they're not jewellery brands, they're fashion brands. There is a difference between those brands and brands which are actually jewellery brands like Tiffany or Cartier or Omega. They're jewellery brands. But when designer fashion brands do jewellery, I just don't think it's worth the money. You're paying for the brand name and not for the quality and the expertise and the intricacy behind the actual pieces. I have to say, I was on Net-a-Porter the other day and obviously love that website, but there were some designer jewellery pieces and the pearl earrings were not even real pearls. Someone mentioned the other day in conversation, I don't know if this is true or not, but apparently on some of the new Chanel bags and on Chanel jewellery, the gold is not even real gold. It makes you wonder, what are you actually paying for? I mean, I know what you're paying for. It's the brand name. When it comes to jewellery, my personal preference is the kind of demi-fine jewellery area. You get great quality and you're not paying through the nose for it. So these are brands like Monica Vinader, Missima, Pandora. That is my happy level when it comes to jewellery. Thirdly, this is quite a broad topic, but it is runway collections and runway pieces. I'm pretty sure we all know how designers work. There are those pieces at the very top of the pyramid, those haute couture pieces which are literally statements, standout pieces to really draw the eye and draw the conversation towards that brand. Then the next level underneath are these runway pieces, pieces which are really on trend. Again, they get people talking, they get coverage in the magazines, on fashion influencers, but are they going to be really worn next season? I personally don't think so, because most people with lots of money, with good taste, they will buy classic items, things that they can wear year after year, and the people that are buying them that are super in fashion, in the fashion industry, they're going to know that their peers will know that those pieces are last season, next season, if that makes sense. So it just seems like this level within the fashion pyramid that doesn't seem worth the investment. Not going to talk too much about this next one, but a luxury item, arguably, that I will never spend my money on is, of course, fur. I don't think fur is a good look. It's obviously very cruel how it is obtained. Makes me feel sick to think about it, so I'm going to move swiftly on. Designer nail varnish. Have you ever, like seriously, that is such a waste of money. I actually bought a Chanel nail varnish once when I was a student. Why would I do that to myself? Designer brands, again, like Chanel, Dior, they're not known for their nail varnish. Yes, the colours might be really, really pretty, but I'm sure Barry M, Sally Hansen, OPI, I'm sure they've got that exact shade. It's kind of like Farrow and Ball. Designer paint. Why? If you're painting your nails or painting your walls, it doesn't need to be a brand name. As you may know if you're watching my vlogs, we are currently decorating and I've tried the designer paints. I've tried Farrow and Ball, and let me tell you, it is not as good quality as more affordable paints. If you're interested, Crown Paints, really good quality and beautiful shade selection. You might think you're fancy when your friends walk in and you're like, ew, yes, it's Farrow and Ball Elephant's Breath. It's just not necessary. In my personal opinion, these designer paints actually chip more and need touching up more than cheaper paints. I digressed. Designer nail varnish, no one's going to look at your nails and be like, oh, she's got Chanel's greige shade on her nails. It's just not going to happen. Slightly different within the price spectrum, the next luxury item that I will never, ever buy is a yacht. A girl can dream, right? Even when I have, when I have billions in the bank account, I will not waste my money on a yacht. They say the two best days of a yacht owner's life are the day they buy it and the day they sell it. The running costs, from what I've heard, are just astronomical, whether it's the staff, because yes, of course, a £10 million yacht requires its own staff that live on it and work on it, whether you're there or not, port fees, fuel, of course, maintenance, and I feel like there's always this level of one-upmanship. There's always going to be someone with a better yacht than you, and if you've spent 10, 20, 30 million pounds on a yacht and then someone pulls up next to you in the port with a bigger one, you're gonna feel rubbish. If you are after that yacht lifestyle, then rent one. There are so many companies where you can rent them with staff, with crew, with a chef, with cleaners, etc, etc, and then you can get the newest and best one every single year and not have to pay for year-round maintenance. Designer watches. Okay, so in my 9 expensive things that are worth it video, I mentioned a luxury watch. This is similar to the jewellery point. So I think there are designer brands that make watches and then there are watch brands. I'm referring to the former here that I will never buy. If you're spending hundreds or thousands of pounds on a watch, you want it to be from a watchmaker, a company that has decades and decades, if not centuries, of experience crafting the perfect watch. You don't want to be spending all your money on branding and a designer name from a brand that's not known for timepieces. Yes, I think a luxury watch looks so elegant and I would love an Omega or a Cartier, Louboutins. I would love one from brands like that, but designer brands that are more known for their handbags and their fashion, it's just not for me. High-end gym memberships. Here in London, there are gyms that you can literally pay £1,000 or more a month for. You are not going to get any more fit in the gyms that cost you hundreds or thousands of pounds a month than you are at your local Virgin Active. If you do want to invest in your fitness, and it is definitely something that I would recommend investing in, get yourself a personal trainer. Yes, they're expensive, but they're worth it. Download ClassPass and try the Reformer Pilates around the corner from you, try your local bar class, your spin class, save those hundreds of pounds. It doesn't matter what kind of soap your gym has in the bathrooms, it doesn't matter if they spritz eucalyptus all into the changing rooms, that's not going to make any difference to your physique at the end of the day. It might make it a more pleasurable experience, and yes, I love going to the gyms that have nice shampoos as well, but do they make you any fitter? No. The next luxury piece that I will never buy are mainstream luxury pieces. In fact, I probably have bought some of these in the past, but a few things spring to mind, things that everyone has, and it kind of takes away the luxury exclusivity feel to them. Things like the Cartier Love Bracelet, I've just seen too many knockoffs. I really don't think it's worth the money, and I do hear so many people saying that they're faulty, the screws come out, they fall off and things like that. I do not want hundreds of pounds literally falling on the floor, and also it being the same thing that every 1 in 10 person you walk past down the King's Road also has on their wrist. Another mainstream luxury piece, it pains me to say this because there was a point when I wanted to get one, the Dior book tote. I thankfully rented one all last summer, or actually a couple of different ones last summer, and it was amazing because I got to enjoy the practicalness of it, the look of it, without spending, is it nearly £2,000 for a fabric bag? I understand the want for a designer tote bag. In fact, One of my most well-used bags is my Valentino bag, but let me tell you, this is still, even though it's designer, a fraction of the price of the Dior book tote, and it actually has pockets inside. Some people are going to call me a raging hypocrite here because I did recently invest in the Loewe basket tote, which I'm sure is probably on a lot of people's lists of luxury things they would never buy, but personal preference. But there's just something about the Dior book tote that makes me feel like you're getting ripped off. Plus, when you can rent it so easily, why would you buy it? I hate to say this one, but Louboutins. I just hear so many horror stories of them cutting up people's feet, of them being so uncomfortable, of the red soles literally shredding the first time you wear them. You literally have to walk on carpet the whole time in Louboutins. Otherwise, they need to be resold after the very first time you wear it. That does not seem like good value for money to me. I'm all for investing in good quality shoes. In fact, it's something that I would definitely recommend investing in. But Nicholas Kirkwood, Gianvito Rossi, there are so many brands which have fashionable, stylish and comfortable shoes that are so much better value for money than Louboutins. Plus you can actually walk in them, which surely is the main point. If there are any of these that I may change my mind on in the future, it's this one. And it is a flashy car. I totally understand why so many people, when they earn a certain amount of money, they go and invest in a flashy car. I totally understand. For some people it's something that they've had in their minds forever, like, oh, when I make my first million I'm going to buy a Porsche, I'm going to buy a Lamborghini. But I really like my Mazda. For me, a car is something functional. It gets you from A to B. It should have enough room for your 2 dogs in the back and whatever else you need to carry around. Sports cars, flashy cars / sports cars, they're low to the ground. I don't feel particularly safe when I'm driving them. I prefer big cars where I feel like I'm kind of the king of the road, feel a bit more powerful. And I do kind of feel like you're paying again for a brand name. So often people have actually mistaken our Mazda for the 4x4 Jag. It does look a lot like that. And having been inside the 4x4 Jag, yes, it might be a little bit more luxurious, but all the technology is the same. Something I should also add on to this point would be buying outright a brand new car. Everyone knows how they instantly lose pretty much half of their value the second you drive it out of the forecourt. If you do want a brand new car, get it on lease. That would be my top recommendation. But the best thing you can do is get one that is secondhand. Ooh, this next one could be a little bit controversial, especially given the industry I'm in, but something that I really do struggle with is designer skincare. There are some products in my collection, like for example my La Mer moisturizer and also my La Mer foundation, which I love. But then again, there are brands which are more known for their fashion, which then have dollar signs in their eyes when they realize the profit that can be made on skincare. That's why Kylie Jenner, of course, is getting into skincare. The profit margins are absolutely ginormous in makeup and skincare. But I go back to the same point. Is that brand known for their skincare? La Mer? Yeah, it is. Clarins, yes. Guerlain, yes, they're known for their beauty and skincare. But if the brand is more known for their handbags than their serums, let's just say maybe they should stick to what they're good at. My top tip here, if you're tempted, is just to educate yourself on ingredients. Look at what ingredients are in the products. Maybe have a little look at the ingredients on that designer foundation or that designer moisturizer and see if you can find a very similar list of ingredients on more affordable items. Beauty Pie is a really good website for, it's kind of like a subscription service, and you can really tell what product they're kind of duping. Pretty much the exact same ingredient list without the fancy packaging, without the fancy brand name, but it's just as good for your skin. Equally, The Ordinary is really good for that. You still get all the lovely luxurious ingredients. You're not paying for the branding, you're not paying for the marketing, you're just paying for what you put on your skin. Something quite precise, and it is the Hermes Birkin Bag. They are just astronomically expensive. I honestly cannot ever see myself being willing to part with that much cash. Plus, we all kind of know deep down that they're not really as exclusive as they'll have you think they are. You walk into an Hermes shop, you ask for a Birkin, it's like, ooh, I don't know if we have any in stock. It's actually sold out globally. When in reality you know that they've got a stockroom full of them. They're just trying to make them seem more exclusive. It feels like a bit of a con, and a very expensive one at that. I just want to show you this handbag. This is from a brand called Teddy Blake, and to me this is as luxurious as an Hermes handbag. Super good quality. The silhouette is very, very similar indeed. Did it cost me over £1,000? No. There are many other things I would rather spend my money on. And that, darlings, brings me to the last point, and it is probably the one that you would have thought is the most obvious that I should have mentioned first, and it is the seasonal, trendy, or it bag. As soon as I saw the Bottega Veneta pouch bag, I thought it was ugly. I'm sorry, but I think it's so ugly. And I knew, and I'm right, I knew that it would be in so many people's videos of luxury items I regret buying, and it is. It's in pretty much every single one that I've watched recently. It was so on trend. It was the bag to be seen with at Fashion Week, and something that has a rise that quickly is gonna have a fall that quickly as well. Equally, those shoes that look like little inflatable cushions, the kind of ugly Bottega shoes. Bottega have some really beautiful things, but they've also had some major it things which were so oversaturated all over our Instagram feeds that now the fashionable crowd wouldn't be seen dead in them. Darlings, I really hope you found this video entertaining and fun. Don't forget, take everything I've said with a pinch of salt. Don't come after me with daggers because you've bought one of these things. It's just my humble opinion. I know that I've teetered on the edge of a few of these purchases, not the yacht. I've teetered on the edge of a few of these purchases myself in the past. A few of them I have made these mistakes myself, but maybe it's because I've had a lot of time at home recently. I feel like I've got a wave of mental clarity, and now these are just some luxury things that I can never see myself spending my money on. Do you agree? Is there something that I've majorly blundered on here? Is there something from this list that you've invested in and actually it was a fantastic purchase? Let me know in the comment section down below, darlings. Or if you've invested in something in this list and actually you're nodding away like, yeah, Josie, I did that and it was a shocking decision. Let me know. I would love to hear from you. And darlings, that's all from me. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and darlings, I'll see you in the next one tomorrow. Bye.